Just 1 minute. Okay, you can start. I am making you host.
Okay. Okay. So very good afternoon, everyone who are watching this webinar right now. So I'll welcome you here. Myself, Professor Prashant Sahadia, the Technology Evangelist at Tinkering Hub, and Assistant Professor at PIET at FET in Park University. Today with us, Mr. Nayan Bhattacharya is here. He is a Senior Data Engineer at T-Science Decision Solutions. He is an experienced dual combination of data engineering and BI consultant with a demonstrated history of working in the banking, HR analytics, gaming, accounting, and healthcare domain. He previously worked into the management consulting industry. He is skilled in Talent Studio, Power BI, Tableau, Python, probability, and data visualization. So let us have some brief informative session by Mr. Nayan. And I hand over the session to Mr. Nayan now.
Sure. Thank you, Prashant. It was indeed good to hear from the Parvati University, as I have done masters from the PIT just across the road, and you will be reaching over there. I spent 2 years, glorious years in the Parul. So coming back to the, thank you for your good introduction part. And currently, I'm working as a senior data engineer for one of the startup firm, Precise Decision Solutions. Day-to-day roles and responsibilities always indulge into the type of working on the BI domain, mostly business intelligence domain, where the area of focus today will be that itself. Over the last 6 years, I have seen the various technologies that has came through. While we just pass out, there were kind of no one who were guiding us on that. So this will be an informative session to let the student understand what kind of a domain, what kind of knowledge training they should get it while they are entering into the final year stage, because that's the most important stage where they need to be guided upon. So without wasting my time, just we'll start with some of the things on that. Let me share my screen if it's possible on that. Yeah, let me share my screen with that. Yeah. So basically, our entire depends on the all of the BI domain part. What is business intelligence analytics? What are the components of business intelligence over there? How business intelligence works within that domain? Why companies benefit from by using the BI intelligence tool in which we are currently working upon. Uh, Along with that, right now, what is trending in the market right now based on the what is going on. So that's the Power BI right now. We will go through a little bit, drill down into Power BI, which version, what does the Power BI do, components that make up Power BI, what is actually where data versus data science, and where the BI fits. Right now, the students and other people are thronging into the data science domain. It's a very vast domain where not everyone is, should not say this, but everybody has their own capability to reach out to that particular domain. What is the UI interface of a Power BI desktop? Then what are the career roles in a data analytics cycle? It's a very vast domain. What are the different career options that can be looked into? Then what is a Gartner quadrant? Gartner quadrant is basically an organization which ranks among the BI tools periodically. I can say it's twice in a year. On at that position, what is the ranking of the Power BI? Some examples I will be showing up in the Power BI projects, and what kind of a jobs are available while you start to work in the Power BI. Now, we need to understand that what is actually a business intelligence analytics. It's actually, it helps organization analyze what is the current data is there, what is the historical data, so that they can quickly uncover insight what is presently available data. It means to say what is the data available with the organization, what impact can happen, what is happening right now, what can be done. This kind of analytics is known as business intelligence. It makes it possible processing large scale of data that is available within across the sectors, where in visual format you get it. Right now, most of the data, as of now, professor might be entering in the Excel file, and relatively those Excel file data can be transformed into the Power BI format, in the visual format over there, and which can be easily to share. Now, since we have gone through the business intelligence, we need to know what are the main components of BI. First, you need to know understand about OLAP. OLAP is anything about an online analytical processing, an approach to find a solution for multi-dimensional analytics queries quickly in computing. It means to say whatever the online transactions that are happening right now within that part that comes under the OLAP with analytical queries that you are firing. Real-time BI. It indicates that it helps in responding in real time to train queries, displays that boost efficiencies. Right now, if I right now, how many you can understand that over the live YouTube channel, how many people are going through that live trend is going on right now. You can say social media like Twitter, where the trending trends are going on, how they are calculating it based on that calculations are made. What is the real time scenario that runs over here? How many tweets are being taken into consideration? That's known as the real time BI. Now that's composed of a data warehousing. A data warehousing, a particular concept where a large pile of, you can say, unstructured data can be, and to make this data ready for analytic services. Basically, it's a kind of a data storage where you don't have we don't have a structured data, but you have all kinds of data that is loadable. That is actually you can start analyzing data from there. Then data source. Data source is basically a kind of a place where you have the source at the data end, a good amount of data, getting data source from the raw data. Raw data here indicates, that is at the first position, first level of data that is being taken into the consideration. That can be used for transforming data. Then advanced analytics. Advanced analytics determines, whether you look at the statistics part to product a line baseless and you manipulate them to help that meet their targets and boost effectiveness. For example, Parallel University must be having its own data to target certain set of students over that for a certain period of time. Suppose when a professor must be having a certain set of data for a particular student with the semester wise, he can have a set of prediction that can be taken into consideration, or he can create a visualization what kind of steps can be taken into consideration. Now the next it comes think about how BI works, business intelligence works accordingly. First step is you can collect and transform data from multiple sources. Sources are like you have the Excel files, you can say databases where all the ETL method is transformed into. ETL refers to the extract transform load, which is predefinedly done by the data engineers, which means you have the data ready, you just need to fetch out the data. That means that's the first step, involves collect and transform data from multiple sources. Second is uncover trend and inconsistencies. So while you are getting the data, you will definitely do certain data mining or data discovery. You will find out that okay, these are the use cases that I have, and this can be done into consideration. Taking a project of mine, I had one project of I had a COVID project where I had to uncover certain patients' data, which included all the vitals and parameters, where what can be considered into certain set of values, what certain set of fraction of data, you can say values, threshold value within which you can consider that this patient becomes under risky or not. Such kind of, you uncover trend from the present set of data over there. Now, since you get the data and uncover certain trends analysis, you just visualize those pattern over there. Suppose, for example, those who are, for example, from the COVID perspective, example, those have the oxygen level of 95 and above, they are actually, you can say, safer side than the other part of that at the initial stage. That's what the usual data visualization present the findings over there. And based on that, if the oxygen level drills down, for example, there are 5,000 patients of data is available. Within that, you found that if the oxygen level is around about 80 to 85, you have to take around certain medication can be taken up accordingly. So that's why you take the step 4 involves you take action insights based on the data you get it over there. Now, why companies presently benefit by using, can say, business intelligence tools. So some of the specific benefits that we include increase efficiency of operational processes. Suppose you can say within one, can give example of a banking domain where a particular loan is getting given to a particular person, or can say a company. You can keep a track of a particular number of loans, at which stage the loan is getting delayed. Within that delay, the business team, or you can say the bankers, can quickly benefit from there. Okay, at this stage where the delay is most of there, so we can just can say modify certain steps and procedures to make the process faster. Another, you can say you must be getting calls from the bank authorities like we can apply to give you a certain set of loans. How they come to know that they are giving it, you are eligible for that loans. Within pre that you have the part, they have your past transactional data. They're based on the past transactional data, they come to know these are the credits and debit that will be taken into consideration. Based on that, a particular score is created for you. Based on that, the approval loan has been provided to. This is how they make a particular decision. This is how it insights into the customer behavior. Now, second point comes insight into the customer behavior and shopping patterns. So let's take example of, most of the you are coming through the, you can say, shop online, Flipkart and Amazon. Within that, you come to know that once you buy a particular stuff, after 10 to 12 orders, you can find that the Flipkart or the e-commerce platforms mostly, guide you, give you, you can say, a kind of a recommendation. Okay, if some people, most of the people buy this, and you can, some people buy together with this. So how they track into it, because they gain into your insight, they see your behavior based on the past experience, what you have bought at the previous. That's what here the main concern is. They have your historical data, what you have purchased, what is the probability that you might buy into the future. That's where the customer behavior and shopping patterns comes into the place. Most advantage is accurate tracking of sales, marketing, financial performance. Okay, from a banking perspective, how much sale has been happened in particular stage, how much marketing spend has been done, what is the financial performance that has been taken into place, can be useful for the banking sector over there. You can clear the benchmarks based on historical and current data. Based on historical data, you decide, okay, this was happening in the past. Now I need to take a particular step so that the performance get improved, and then you take the decision accordingly. Now you get an alert about, data anomalies and customer issues. Since you have a customer data, definitely you will get certain customer issues. Meanwhile, you can say that while you are ordering Zomato, sometimes you give some negative feedbacks. So based on that, once they get a negative feedback, they start to look around. Okay, what was the issue that you're going at? That's why you keep getting around, certain messages over their app that what was the issue. That's why they raised, the can say the concept of feedback. But based on the feedback, they will take a decision accordingly for that. Now, analysis that can be shared in real time across the department. See, real time across department determines, what kind of a data that is available within the department, and live basis it determines, whether the data is available with the department can be shared or not. That's what it can be analyzed over there. Am I going too fast, Prashant, on that?
No, sir, it's completely fine.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah. So how does business intelligence improves the way work is done on that? That's one of the priority that comes up. Earlier we had why companies benefit. Before that we had how, why, and how business improves the way work is done. Number one, customer experience. Access to all customer information at one place. You have the data, and as a BI developer you have, or a BI analyst, or you can say data analyst, you have access to all of the data, customer data. What is you can direct resources to key areas. They will positively impact customer engagement and support. As a BI analyst, you have the access to the data of the customers, where you will understand their data. First you will understand their business domain. What is their business domain, what they are looking into, what kind of a data it is, what insights they want, so that it may be beneficial for them. Now, sales and marketing, it gains visibility into sales and marketing performance. Within that, as I said, since you will be having sales data, you will check, okay, this is a particular month basis, month on month, week on week, day to day, and hour to hour basis, this much sales and marketing should happening. At one point of time, you will see that the sales and marketing, sales is going down. There might be certain particular reason. So there must be a particular reason where the sales is going down. At that moment, you will come to know that you will have interaction. Okay, by this month, you will get this much, can say, downfall is done. There is a reason so that sales doesn't go down. So some of the e-commerce companies have attraction plans like Diwali plans. They bring up for suppose from the big billion days from the Flipkart, that is always come up. The prime value plans from the Amazon. These kind of customer attraction plans that so that the sales gets improved over there. That's a kind of a sales and marketing technique that they are using it. Now, how operations improve by using automating routine analytics tasks. So mostly operations are handled within the most of the operations are and the analytics are handled between the most. I have worked around mostly into the banking domain, where you can say how much you can say deposits have been happen, how much credits are being happening within the particular market, what kind of the structure, what refining process can be done, what are the inefficiencies that you find within the banking domain, within the operation part, you will come to know about that. Now, inventory control. Within inventory control, how you can find out is, you can suppose there is a stock you have within inventory control. Let me brief you about what is inventory control. Inventory control is a place where there are certain huge amount of chunks of products are of particular products are available. You might be having there each and every code. It's just like a particular e-commerce company has a warehouse, data warehouse, where all the products are into place. Each and every product has a barcode, which means it has all kinds of data. This much, suppose that 10 fridge, can say 10,000 fridges are there, those kind of extra values. These are at the inventory. So you can control, you can have the data of the inventory control. You can automate the data analysis part. Okay, today this much sales has happened within from this inventory. I need to have a backup for so in case there is a stock out of the particular, you can say, from warehouse over there. So that's how you analyze the data. Okay, within 2 days the stock is going to empty. I have to have a backup of certain stock, so that the sales gets improved. So that's where the analysis come into part. You analyze the historical data. Okay, within 10 days this much shopping has happened, and next 5 days it might happen that the stocks might get empty. So you just go along with the data visualization over there. Now, coming back to the part is what is, you can say, Power BI and what are its components. Let's land it towards the main part. Power BI is basically a business analysis service given to the Microsoft. Just to give you a highlight, this tool was came into the market in the year 2014 commercially. Just 8 years back, this market, the Power BI was launched. It aims to provide interactive visualization and business intelligence capabilities with simple enough to understand what kind of data it is there. It's just like you are arranging numbers into the visualization format. It's nothing hardcore, you can say, about hard values over there. Just about visualizing the numbers over. You can create your own reports and dashboard. It's about part of a Power BI platform. It also provides cloud-based BI services known as Power BI services, along with desktop interface, where you can publish your report. You can share the reports among the individuals who are the business users for any data analyst perspective, for a BI analyst perspective. You will share whatever the insights you gain with the business users, so that they can take a decision about it. Just to clarify, you will not be taking the decision in the business purposes. You will be generating insights. Whatever the insights will be there, you will share with the business user, and based on the visuals and the data analysis part, the business user will decide what steps need to be taken care of. It offers data warehouse capabilities, including data preparation, data discovery, interactive dashboard. So many of you have worked on advanced Excel right now within that part. So it's just about the modified version of advanced Excel turned into the data visualization tool over there. Now, what does the Power BI do? So it usually used to run reports and get your insights based on the company's data. It can connect to any kind of a data set, be it AWS, Azure database, any kind of a data source available in Excel file, XML file. Any information that is being attached to that data source can be connected to the Power BI. The visuals and the reports are generated from this data can be shared with other users. It helps users see not only what's happened in the past and what's happening present, but what might happen in the future also. It also gives you an option of what happens the past, present, and future. It might also like I said, as a BI analyst, you will only say what might happen in the future part. You can only say about what happens in the past and what is happening in the present. Power BI also has the very good efficiency capability of machine learning capabilities, meaning it can spot patterns within data and use those patterns to make informed prediction. What if scenarios? There is a particular scenario, a particular button called what if, where you can just click, drag and drop over there. What if scenario can be looked into the consideration. These estimates allow users to generate forecasts, prepare themselves to meet future demand and other key metrics. Just like I said, for inventory purpose, I have a stock of 15 days of data, but later on, when the sales got increased, I came to know that I only have 5 days of stock, and right now the season has begun for the same. What I will do is I will drill down into the past data. Okay, for 10 days of rigorous shopping, if I found that if I have 5 days of more stock, then is a possibility that my stock won't go up. So this is how the decisions are taking into the consideration. Now, what are the components that make up Power BI on that? So it's made up of number of apps with their own features and uses. This include Power Query. It's nothing but a connection that you are making it to the data source. Data source may include Excel file, may include your SQL Server, may include MySQL, may include your AWS cloud connectivity, may include your Azure database, where you transform, combine, or you can say enhance data from several data sources over there. Power BI, particularly data modeling tool for creating the data models over there. Power Pivot is nothing but whatever the Excel pivot you are doing, it is just modified for version of a Power Pivot. Power View, a set of views where based on the look and feel wise, you drag down the visualization, which is bar chart, column bar chart, row bar chart, can say donut chart, or a set of charts which are available right now. Those are known as a Power View. Power Map is another view, so to visualize the data over there. Then we have a Power Map. It's one of the additional feature with the Power BI. Map-wise, you can do it. Since the university has students' data, they must be having the location data also of them, which city they live, which state they live. Within city-wise, you can put it down by using Power Map. And Q&A. Q&A is a specific feature which is a question and answer engine that if you type any question based on the question answer, based on the data, it will give you the output over there. Now, this is you can say, just hold a second. Yeah, this is the interface of Power BI right now, where you can see that it's you can say this is the fields where when you connect to the data, these are the columns that you will be getting. Some will be measures, some will be the dimensions. Then this is the visualization where you can see the lot of the visual that we taken of consideration. This is column chart, this is column bar chart. You have donut chart, you have pie chart. You have you can say through R programming you can do you can generate a visualization. Then we have multiple many BI tools. I mean multiple visuals that can be pulled in from the outside server over there. Then you have table format where if you want to visual the table format, you can do it over there. There's a sample of how the Power BI looks like. Now here indicates what are the traditional can say can be done into question. Now, traditionally, what we did is when the data is applied, we have in this between, we have these BI, whatever the data is there, past data and now data can be done into the consideration. Now, what needs to be done is where BI stands. BI stands in between the data, big data part and the prediction part. With respect to that, carrier roles in the data analytics life cycle. What are the carrier roles that can be drilled down into analysis? You can become, you can say, start from the bottom up over here, where the business analysts who particularly analyze the business problem, those are basically the domain expert. Source, ingest, and store the data. These are kind of a backend work, database work they do. Mostly they are data engineers, big data engineers, data quality analysts, and big data architects. These people are mainly concerned based on the backend side of the work, where you work on the creating a database work over there. Now that comes about the analyzing the data. These people are nothing but people like us who analyze the data. Those are data analysts, those who are Python and R developers, those who are BI specialists, data scientists, visualization report specialists. These people are mostly comes to the analyze data over there. Now, then after analyzing the data, you have certain set of statistician, machine learning developers, data scientists who, after getting the data, analyzing data, they start using their own model, which comes into the place over there. Then you deploy the model with the help of ML developers and data scientists, and based on the, you can say, the business user, those who are functional analysts, those who are credit risk analysts, they use your data over there. Now, what are the data analytics opportunities based on the, can say, the sector-wise domain? You can get it over there. Now, the first comes about, within customer analytics, which domain can be taken within financial services. What customer analytics do is you do segmentation. Segmentation determines, which customer falls into which category. Then the market mix over there. Then we have satisfaction. We have retention. lifetime value. What is profiling? What is profiling? Profiling determines, whether the customer will be able to pay or not. That's why there is a credit score given to each and every working class employees. How do they do the customer analytics part over there? What is the profitability within that customer? If I get that customer on board. Operational analytics. What are the bottlenecks that comes within the operational part over the financial service? Within financial services, you can find out that what are the bottlenecks which is affecting the business sources. Within the banking and insurance sector, what are the cost analysis, KPI analysis can be done so that to improve the efficiency of the operational we can done. Risk analytics. Okay, based on the credit score, what are the chances that how much loan can be given? What is the fraud probability right now that can happen over there? What is the payment profile? Payment profile is nothing but what kind of customer paying on a regular basis or within this EMI. For example, you can say if you have a 6 months or 12 months of EMI, if you are paying within that EMI range, within that date range, that's known as you get a particular sense that okay, this customer has paid 12 EMIs within that particular months, so which means his credit score will be good. His payment profile determines that he is mostly will be able to pay on time over there. Pricing, portfolios, regulatory, liquidity are deep level terms where we just need to focus on what kind of can say the risk related efforts that can be drilled down over there within that. Then HR analytics, you can say for HR analytics, it determines what is the hiring efficiency, what are the training effectiveness, if any, if suppose 5 to 10 employees leave the organization, what are the reasons of their joining or leaving the organization, how you tackle the attrition ratio over there. Attrition ratio determines the number of people who left the organization divided by total number of people who are in the organization. That's what the attrition ratio is. How to stop the attrition ratio, how to retain the employees by giving the perks, or any other facility. That's how the decision has been taken into the consideration. Then how to do the employee satisfaction. That's why the surveys are conducted within the organization. Okay, any other opportunities or you can say any other feedbacks that you need to give. So based on the employee feedback, the satisfaction productivity can be measured over there. Now, the another stage comes around, the magic quadrant for analytics and business intelligence program. Let me remind you, I told you that Power BI was launched in the year 2014, just 8 years back. Within 8 years, the Power BI is now a leader right now in the business intelligence platform right now. After that, Tableau is. Though Tableau is one of the another BI platform, but Microsoft has steeped down the curve, has jumped into the leader for the BI platform over there right now. In number one, these are the BI platforms that is taking into the Gartner platform over there. Now we can see that since Microsoft at the top right now, the demand of the Power BI is increasing day by day right now. It's like pretty huge. Any of the people who has good experience in SQL right now, having deep dive into the advanced SQL, they are looking for the Power BI people right now over there. Now, what kind of jobs are available within the Power BI? So we will start from the last day because it starts from the basic level. When you go to the market, you will find that from a fresher to the 2 to 3, 5 years of experience, you start with the BI developer. BI developer is basically a kind of a software developer. They only do is you can say they translate your business into the visuals, and then within that, how to improve the data, they work accordingly. After completing 3 to 4 years of BI developer, there comes after the data analyst part, where your job is to generate the reports, do a model data analysis part, translate into meaningful insight to let the business user understand with the comprehensible information. Then after having can say data analyst part, spending 5 to 7 years in data analyst comes to the business analyst. Since you know about the data, how you create it, how you present the facts, you will be easily get to know what client wants. You will become business analyst. It's partly technical and partly business based over there. This position requires understanding of a business requirements and data skills to be able to model it. Suppose any of the business analysts you come across will have experience of a data analyst and a BI analyst. The reason here is he must have gone through each and every domain. He must have gone through each and every data to understand. He must have understood the interaction with the client, how to generate all stuff within the data to let them know what insights have been taken into place. Now then comes, after having 10 to 12 years of business analytics experience, that the top comes about the business intelligence architect. BI architect is basically, he handles the databases, the data warehouses, and other storage related infrastructure, develop data structure to help the platform organize and use data more efficiency. Basically, a BI architect is a person who has the capability to manage the entire data storage structure. He will guide each and every analyst and the developers to go through what kind of a data they might need and what kind of a strategies to help them make better, more effective decision and support more successful outcomes within that part. With this part, this is what I have with me right now on that part. Over to you, Prashant.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I was a little bit much faster as compared to session of that. You are not audible, Prashant. Okay, just to highlight a few more points. Right now, you can say many people are running towards the data science courses, each and everything. It is being informed to them that you need to have a focused area, right? Data science, very vast domain. Don't jump directly into, okay, I will do the course and become the data scientist. Each and every student, each and every resource which is available in the market has its capability. So based on the capability, you will determine what kind of, can say, skills. Based on the skills you do, it will be done into that part. So based on the data science part, it will be like you need to don't jump into the directly into the data science courses. You just need to analyze your skill set, what certain skill set you are fit for, what kind of certain skill set you might need to do, what you are good at. Suppose if you are good in SQL and you are good to go with you have pretty good hands-on SQL part, you can opt for data engineering part over there within that. So those people who are good in visualization, they can opt for business intelligence part. Those people who are can say good in statistics, it looks like they will become good machine learning developers, or can say data scientists in that. So it's a very vast field where you will come across many things based on your can say capability. Just to opt for it. Don't go blindly. Follow do a particular research, what kind of skill you have or you might take upon. Take some time to learn it through it, not just one entire course. Data science is a very vast domain. As I say, you can become BI analyst by learning SQL and 2 to 3 BI tools. That's what I have done the last 5 years. Within that, I have three BI tools in my pocket, so it's pretty good to enough to have all the boards over there. Then any of the SQL you should be having. SQL is the heart of any data science or data analytics domain. You should have it from heart. Whenever you are sleeping, if anyone asks you with a query, you should be ready to fire the response over there. That should be done within that part. After that, you should have based on the based on your skill set, you should be able to decide what kind of sort of the data discovery you can do over there. Yes, Prashant.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, they're audible.
So, is it done from your end or still it is left?
Yes, 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 it's done from me. I have given some insights, don't jump into directly into the data science. It's a pretty
Okay.
vast domain. It's a pretty vast domain based on their skills. Each and every student, or you can say resource, has its own capability to grab the skills. So don't directly jump into it, do a research. It's not necessary you become a data scientist overnight. There is a step by step to go reach towards it. First, to become BI specialist, BI analyst, then become data analyst, then become data engineer, and going forward based on experience, you become expert in that your own domain over there.
Great, great. So, we haven't received any questions till now. So,
Okay.
just a minute. I'll ask you the attendees. Okay, so Mr. Nayan, there are no questions for now. We can end it.
Sure, no
Thank
issues.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much for the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.